Good morning, Jessica. This is Susan. Just to let you know, I see your screen, but I don't, it's just your name and nothing else. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, thanks.
Jessica had to step out for just a little bit, so I'm gonna cover for her for right now, and I'm starting the Zoom meeting and admitting everyone, so we're gonna get started soon.
Okay, are you going to record it too? Because
Yes,
yeah, oh, great. Thank you. We really appreciate that.
of
Thanks.
course.
And when I say we, I mean the rest of the class.
Yeah.
Not the royal we, but
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm Avis. You're Susan.
Yeah. Yes. Hi.
Yeah,
Nice
hi.
to see you again.
I know. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get another sponsor for continued painting.
That
I
would be
do.
wonderful.
Yeah, I do enjoy these. I'm not very good, but it's something to do, and I do like it.
I agree with you. Not about you're not being very good. I feel the same way, but it's, yeah, I've been getting so much out of it and it's very
Mhm.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of like back in grade school, appreciating the blends of the colors.
Yes.
Yeah, because you forget that because you didn't use it.
Right. Absolutely. You get so busy at one point with so many other things. And then you come back to this and say, oh, yeah, this is something I used to enjoy, even if I wasn't, say, a professional artist, but yeah,
Right.
something very enjoyable.
Yep. I guess they're a little bit late today.
I know, I'm not sure who it was, but I know somebody had stepped in for Jessica and she didn't introduce herself. We said hello. She said she would be back. So, because I just also, like you probably see, I just have that screen that has the person's name. But
Right.
so,
Yeah. Yeah. Mine shows also. I guess that's kind of like automatic. I don't know.
yeah, you have, right, because you'd have to put like a show video or start
Mhm.
video. But I don't know if you tried, but I had tried to see last week's recording and I
Couldn't.
just, yeah, yeah,
It says it. Oh, sorry.
no, we're gonna say the same thing, I'm sure, Avis, yeah.
Right.
Something like this, yeah, I wrote exactly what it said, but basically it
But
referred to that it was not gonna work, and
right.
I tried numerous times, yeah,
I
so.
did too. Yeah.
Okay,
It said this video does not exist or something like that. What
yes,
do
that was,
you,
I know, and
how can
everything,
it not exist if you're acknowledging it's a video? Yeah, I tried, but what I do is when we're almost finished in a class,
Mhm.
I take a picture
Right,
of Erin's work so
right,
that
right,
later on I can look and see, if I'm even close
right,
to,
right,
what he did.
yeah.
Yeah. And I refer back to that. And one day I might sit down and, look at it and freshen up some things.
Yes, I have done the same thing, and that really helps because, of course, he's very quick, like a lot of artists, and then he uses so many different colors, and I'm trying to, at one point I may be with him, and then yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
know I'm lagging behind, but and
Yeah.
then like you said, just like to freshen it up. So, and this
Mhm.
week I was hoping to do that, and I didn't, but that's well, the video wasn't there. And unfortunately, I didn't take a photo. So this week I will, only because John was saying, he was sending the video. So, but
Right.
I'll just make sure anything can happen. It
Yeah.
could be like one little part of that skew of numbers. And yeah,
Mm,
so
yeah. And I'm
well,
not real tech savvy. I do what I do.
yeah,
Go.
yeah. You're doing fine. There you go. I
Yeah,
mean, think about it. Some people cannot even go on or attempt to do that.
that's
So,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that they recognize that everyone is still a little leery about coming out. I'm very comfortable now with Zoom for a lot of activities.
Yes. And with, like, say, my situation, I'm taking care of my husband. So, and, you know, he needs a lot of care because, well, he's got very advanced Parkinson's. He can't stand and all that. So, yeah. So I don't want to leave him for very long.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that totally.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I have a lot of lung issues, health issues.
Yeah.
So I try to limit, you know, my outside social
Right.
activities. You know, I get out a little bit, but not like I used to.
I
Morning,
know.
everyone.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi, Aaron. How are
All
you?
right, how we doing?
Okay. Thank
Good, good.
Uh-oh.
Where are you? Oh,
Hold
there
on.
you are.
Can you see me?
Yeah, yes. It's Avis and Susan.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Sorry
Yeah.
about that delay. We were trying to get the computer set up here.
It's okay.
Okay. Actually, let me see if I could bring this closer. One second. Can everybody see okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
All
morning.
right. So I have my live folks here, got my Zoom people on. Great, great. So last week we started painting this underwater landscape. Today we're going to add some corals, some plants, some fish. This is going to be, at first we're going to be using black. I have burnt sienna and a little bit of orange yellow. Don't have orange yellow, you can always mix it. And we're gonna all add some coral and some plants in here together, and then we're gonna do a couple of different fish. But the thing is, you guys can use your own colors. I want you to be creative with the colors. Because again, I'm not an oceanographer. So we're gonna do a couple clownfish. We'll do, what's that fish, the yellow with the yellow and the black stripes? I don't know what that's called. Tiger fish, we'll do one of those. Throw some little minnows in there, some schoolers, and then we'll be good to go. All right, sound good?
Just a question. Sorry, I was just wondering, so if I don't have orange, yellow, and I don't have just plain orange, I have orange, red. So, should I?
You can
Yeah.
take the orange red and mix some like a high medium yellow or a bright
Okay.
yellow.
All right, great, thanks.
Give you a more orange pigment. Yep.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just gonna take my brush. I'm gonna load up some brown. I'm gonna load up some brown with a little black on the same brush. I'm just gonna dab it. So I have brown and black on my brush right now. So I'm just gonna come over here and I'm just gonna kind of dab it on my paper. I'm on my canvas, excuse me. And I'm gonna create some coral over here. Just by dabbing it down.
Sorry, Aaron, what brush are you using, please?
I'm using a wide brush,
Okay.
flat wide brush.
Thanks.
Well, black and brown mixed in the same brush. I'm just tapping the brown and the black. So I have brown and black on my brush. That's because this is so dark, it's deceiving you that way. It's not a dark brown, this is a burnt sienna. So it's like in between like a lighter brown with an orange tint. Because we want this coral to stand out with our fish. And I'm literally just lightly tapping it and making some things happen back here into the sand. Uh-oh, did I lose somebody?
Avis.
So I'm putting it all on the left side here. And I'm just making, lightly tapping it, making little stems. Coming up here, make some stick up here too. What's that? Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing about color, the background and the foreground, the contrast will change depending on what's behind each other, in front of each other. See, I'm just literally branching out this coral. Okay. So now that black and that brown, you should have highlights all throughout there. That's why we kept the two paints on the same brush. So it mixes and gives you highlights as you're painting. Without even doing anything, you get these little dark divots and highlight spots in your coral. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over this side. I'm gonna put a couple over here now. Stick them out the ground. And I'm going all the way down into the sand here. Bring it a little closer so you can see what's going on. See how I have my highlights? They're kind of randomly in the coral. That's from mixing the same paint on the two paints on the same brush. And those things will happen for you. I got my coral layer down. Now I'm going to take my orange, a yellow orange. And I'm going to start first fish here.
That's like a thinner brush from that.
Yeah, thinner, small brush. This is a round brush I'm actually using. I'm just gonna kind of sketch out the body. So just gonna start this here. I'm gonna start basically a teardrop. Kind of like an oval teardrop. Take my brush and then I'm gonna create some fins back here. No, it doesn't look like much now, but we're just gonna leave that there to dry. And I'm gonna do a couple of more.
Hmm.
A bigger teardrop here. And then okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna let this orange dry a little bit because I gotta come in with the white and the black and turn these into clownfish, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we're just gonna let these guys stay right there and let them dry. I'm gonna just make a couple little ones in the background. Make a little family back there, Nemo. Nemo's family. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with this tiger fish with my yellow. Now watch this. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make a drop, a teardrop. Put them here. Big wide tail. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. See how I did the wide tail like that? Do the same thing here. Teardrop. And spread that fin out. Bring it a little closer. That's what we have so far. Just want to get the indication of that fish shape. Good. And this is when you can use your own colors. Now you see how we're starting the fish off. You want to put some pink guys, pink fish in there. So many colors in the ocean. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So I'm gonna put a couple of pink fish down here. I don't know what they are. They're pink fish. Flamingo fish. I'll take it. Put these guys down here. There we go. They got a little school going on. And I'll show you a nice trick to really make these fish pop. Because again, we're using, our light source is up top from the sunlight coming, peeking through the water. So I got some pink fish down here. I just did a little, again, drop indications to get the body down. And we're still letting these fish, these bigger fish, we did dry. I'm still using my small round brush. Now, I'm going to come in on my first clownfish, and I'm gonna just make a little stripe here. White. Took that white. And now I'm creating the stripes on the clownfish. Okay. I'm going right over top of that orange. Doing a thick little stripe near his face. And another one near the body. And the same for the little guys. Little happy clownfish down here. Starting to look like fish now, right? Just by those patterns. Okay. Now clownfish, they have the little teeny black stripes. So I'm just gonna go along the white. Just on the side of the white with the black. Okay. I'm gonna come around to the crest here. Going on the side of that white. Yeah. And now I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna give him an eyeball up in the front so that we know he has eyes. And our clownfish coming in. And they have, I'm pretty sure they have black edging on their tails. I'm gonna come at the tail, put a black edging. So there's our clownfish. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna give him a little swim fin here. See how I just popped that fin in with one stroke right under the eye. Bam, little swim fin. And then I'm gonna go up top and put his top fin up here. You see that? There's his top fin. Put him up top.
Okay.
Okay. See that right?
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Got Nemo on there.
Yeah, Nemo. Gotta have Nemo.
That's one of the Ursula right now. Yours was from a Disney picture then. That's right. You get that reference immediately.
All right, so we got a clownfish family in there. Now let's go back to these tiger fish. So I want to say they have. Now I'm going to go black over the yellow. Same thing like I did with the clownfish. Just make a couple of stripes down the body.
Unknown caller.
So again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just putting stripes down the tiger fish. From that yellow we already laid. Ooh. And the patterns you want, you can go sideways. You don't have to go straight down. Be loose with your patterns. There we go. Okay, so now watch this. I'm gonna give these guys have long, wide fins, so they come up right here. Okay, we're gonna come down the bottom. Same thing. And the back fin, same way. Back fin is black, I believe. Put a little eyeball on them. Eyeball. Same thing to this little guy. Give him this fin up here. What's that?
Everything.
Okay, so there's my tiger fish. Now what I'm gonna do to make make this light really shine from up top. I'm going to go in and I'm going to add more yellow just on the top of my fish. So now I have that light reflection shining on. You can really see that yellow now. Now I'm going to do the same thing to my little pink fish down here. Just going to go to my palette and add just a touch of white to lighten that pink up. And to give them just a little reflection color, I'm going to come up and highlight them with this light pink up top. And I'm going to put some tails on these guys with the same light pink. Put some fins on them. Okay. Now it's totally up to you how many fish you want to put in, what you want to put in. That's why I kind of did this underwater landscape. I wanted to give you guys some free realm of creativity at some point. So you can use your lighting techniques and your tent skills on this one. But right now we're gonna come in. I'm gonna add some bubbles. And I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do that with a very small brush, fine tip, round brush. And I'm gonna take very little white on my palette and I'm gonna mix it. So it's like a really, really light paint on your tip of your brush.
What color?
White. Now, you can use something to trace a circle if you don't feel comfortable doing a circle or a sphere for a bubble. So I'll just trace one. And you're going to do it very light. Right. So here's my bubble. So you can see I only traced a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, only trace a little bit. Now I'm going to come in here with my white again. And I'll come around so you guys can see clearly too. And I'm just going to kind of highlight very lightly, touching the canvas. Highlight this bubble. Put a little white there. See that, how that bubble came out? I just put a little white there for a reflection.
I'll use a small one, man, a small canvas.
I started off with a bubble.
So just trace around the thing you hold there, right?
Yeah, trace around your lid or something, or if you're home, you can use a coin, just anything round. And then I'm going to add some more little bubbles under that. And again, very, very light. I'm barely touching the canvas, and I'm using very little white. There's a lot of water in there. I watered my white down. Because it's a bubble. Now I got a couple of bubbles in here. Have these bubbles coming from the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna add one more up here. So I just added a couple more bubbles up here. And I'm I'm gently touching my canvas. I'm not even touching it. Watered down white. Create that bubble effect. Okay. And now I'm going to take some, let's say, phthalo green. We can use phthalo green. If you have a green, a dark green, I'm just going to add a couple of blades of seaweed grass. Now I'm going to take a wide brush, flat brush.
Mhm.
I'm going to load it with green. Now watch this. I'm going to put the tip of my brush and dip it in the yellow.
Okay.
So it's two colors. It's yellow on the top and green on the bottom. It should look like that. Okay. Now, watch this. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to, again, hold my brush vertical and I'm going to come down and I'm going to bend some little seaweed in here.
Okay.
Green and yellow. Yeah. You do the same thing over here. A little seaweed. I'm just adding seaweed in. I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting a little bit of yellow at the tip. I'm just coming down.
That's what it is. Yeah.
You added the turtle?
Awesome, dude.
Not intentionally.
Nice. Happy accidents,
Yeah,
man.
right.
There you go.
Started out as something very different.
Yeah. Green. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, the yellow. So what's gonna happen is that yellow is gonna give you an automatic highlight. As you can see here, you can see in my seaweed how I got this yellow streak in there, and that's what you're trying to achieve there. Add another blade over here.
I guess.
Yeah, I use phthalo green in this case. So now we got some seaweed and some stuff for these fish to hide in. Okay. Take your time and come back with some more
Yeah, you know, I don't have a really small brush to do it.
Ah,
left it
gotcha,
out.
gotcha.
I have to do it. I don't have a lot small brush. I need a really small one.
Yeah.
Tiny one. Yeah. Oh, my brush. This is the smallest one I got, but I'll be right.
I'm sure you'll make it work, bro. You always do.
Yeah, I'll.
Always do, but. Coming back in with my sea green, I'm just going over this seaweed here. You can always come back in and highlight things and touch this guy up later. Might want to add in some more fish, starfish down here. Want to do a starfish? Oh. You want to use Arlene's? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So now I'm just kind of stepping back and I'm looking and checking what needs to be highlighted where. So we got pretty good contrast here. Somebody just mentioned the starfish. Let's throw a starfish in. So I'm gonna start with my small brush. Let's take some brown, some black, a little bit of orange. So we want to make this guy flat on the seabed. Let's put him about here.
Orange?
Yep, little orange, little black and brown. Because again, he's probably gonna have to get highlighted too. And this is kind of tricky because we're just gonna create a star. It's gonna be flat, kind of. So I'm gonna come closer, actually, so you can see. So I got my 5-pointed starfish here. So now he's on the ground. He's on the bed. So right now it looks like he's floating a little bit. So to fix that, I'm going to take a black and a dark brown. And I'm just going to tap under his legs to give him some shadow to make it look like he's sitting on that sand. So I came again under his arms, make it look, give him a little shadow like he's sitting on the sand.
Unknown caller.
Oh my God.
Somebody's popular. Put the black under the legs. On top of the stand versus just floating down there. All right, so our starfish is good. He's set down here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of red and thicken his pigment up a little bit. There's our starfish. I'm sitting on the ground now. That black really helps it look like he's sitting on the sand. Little trick. Okay.
Aaron, what was, sorry, because I kind of missed that. I know you have a little bit of red and the black and then the white highlights. Is that, was that burnt umber? Because it looks lighter.
For
The
the
front-
starfish? Yes,
yes.
I used a little burnt umber or burnt sienna.
Or burnt sienna.
Mine
Okay,
too. Yep,
okay, thanks.
you're welcome. So I'm just coming in here and I'm touching up some seaweed that's not solid yet. My canvas is bleeding through a little bit, so I'm just gonna come in here and thicken this paint up. These underwater landscapes are very fun. They're good practice too for working on your shadows and colors and things like that, because again, there's so many colors down there. Just don't show it to an oceanographer expert.
Yeah. You can guess.
Yeah, you can guess.
Start showing you photographs.
I created it. On that new Disney movie.
This is our world down here now.
Right.
Like them fish that come out of the water and they're like, "Ooh, what is this thing?"
Give him an eyeball.
I did.
I like it, I like it, I like it.
I'm gonna do bubbles right.
We're messing up.
Okay. So I need a thinner brush.
Go. Come back.
Yeah.
Put more
Yellow in there.
Oh, yeah.
You
gotta
think
do
that'll
that.
help?
It'll make them pop, make them look more 3D.
Up here too, or?
And what is-
Put it down and brush.
Okay.
Not all the way down.
Mhm.
Stop.
Okay, just the
Shine,
line.
Yeah,
so
like
like,
that shine line from the sun. All right, so we're gonna come up with an answer. I'm just gonna highlight these bubbles a little bit because they're starting to get lost. You don't want your bubbles to get lost. Okay. So this is our finished product.
Mhm.
Okay. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last.
Aw,
I know this is crazy. This
I
was
know.
so fast.
This is our last
This
class.
is our last session class for this session.
When's the next session?
I'm sure it'll be in the email. So what's gonna happen is, also, Marquina is here from Cigna. She's gonna talk a little bit as well, but we will return with this class session. I'm just not sure when exactly. It won't be in the fall though, because I'm really busy in the fall. So I apologize for that, but we will return back here. All right, yes, and for those that didn't know, if you don't know, there's a paint party here, September 8th.
Mhm.
Hope to see you guys here live for that. Hold on, and I'm gonna let Marquina here from Cigna talk a little bit.
Okay.
And again, thank you so much for coming. And of course, my name again is Marquina Ward from Cigna. We are the sponsors of this series and also the sponsors of the paint party. So I hope to see you guys all come back for the paint party. And of course, also when we have the next series, whenever we do, go ahead and schedule that, okay? I just wanted to let you know, of course, we are a Medicare Advantage program. And as always, if you have any questions in regards to Medicare, you know that time is coming up with October and everything. And I know everybody's gonna get swamped with calls and flyers and things of that nature. But just remember right here, you have a dedicated person who knows, who's actually a Medicare benefits advisor. So if you have any questions at all, whether it be with Cigna or something else, please feel free to, contact me. And for those of you that are on the Zoom meeting, I'm not sure if you can see this, my name and, is that coming
Yes, yes, that's
this
it.
time? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yep, my name and number's on there, but also I can be sure I have flyers and things left here as well. So if you request them, I'm sure they can be sent to you as well. All right, with my information on it, my name, number, and email address. So please feel free to, pick my brain, ask me any questions that you may have leading into annual enrollment period and even before that. All right. Thank you so much again. And again, I hope to see you guys all at the paint party we're gonna have, okay? September 8th. Thank you.
It's gonna be
Thanks so much.
fun. All right. Ladies, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully to see you again soon. What is it, 2 weeks? If not, hopefully to see you in the next session. Everybody take care, happy painting, keep practicing. The more you use that brush, the easier it is.
Thanks so much, Aaron. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome, my pleasure. Take care now. Everybody have a great weekend.
Take care, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.